Okay, hey guys, it's Victoria with Nutrition by Victoria. I have a Master's of Science degree in Human Nutrition, and I'm here to help you build a high-functioning metabolism while eating as much as you want of high-carb, low-fat foods. Fruits, sugars, and starches unlimited to create a slim, lean, healthy, fit body that's effortless to maintain. That's what I've achieved for myself personally, and I have to admit, this is like the ultimate level of food freedom and body freedom that I've ever experienced in my life. I get to eat as much as I want every day, and my body just stays high functioning, and I don't have to worry about it. Like I've spent so much of my life, trying to have the results that I have now by, doing all kinds of crazy things that people do, that people are still doing, like calorie restriction in order to get the results that I have while, getting to eat as much as I want. So today is a Q&A, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that in today's Q&A as well, because the hottest question is always like, oh, how are these people able to stay skinny? They're seemingly doing what you're doing, like Healthy Emmy and Plantiful Kiki. There was a question about them in my coaching group. If you're interested in joining my coaching group, you can click the link in the description box of this video to join. I am running a 1 month special at $35, so you can kind of test the waters and see if you want to commit to like the lifetime membership, or just see what it's like to work with me. Okay, so Plentiful Kiki and Healthy Emmy, it was basically my opinion about, whether I think they're like healthy, or if they're underweight. So what I'll say is that Healthy Emmy definitely looks underweight, and Plentiful Kiki, I think her BMI is closer to like a 22, so she's not technically underweight, but both of these women practice 50-50 plate, which is just another way to restrict your calories, right? You're using low calorie density in order to eat a lot of volume food, but a lower calorie content. Kiki's got a meal plan that she sells with High Carb Hannah. That's a 1,500 calorie a day meal plan. That is under eating. And then I also was asked in the same thread, they're now adding more fats to their meals because fats slow down digestion. They cause gastroparesis. It's like the same thing that Ozempic does. So this delays gastric emptying so that you feel fuller, on less food, right? So that a lot of that comes down to the fact that fats are higher in calorie density. They're in about 9 calories per gram, which makes them harder to digest. So we have to use more of our digestive energy in order to, break them down. So for somebody who is a seasoned restrictor, adding some fat to the diet can maintain the restriction process. I've seen this a lot, actually. A lot of supermodels do this, and they're what I eat in a day videos, and when you add up all the calories, it's like 1,500 calories and a decent amount of fat, because it allows them to maintain that low calorie intake. So whenever you have a low calorie intake like that, you're going to be this isn't always the case, but you're going to be slim, but at the expense of your metabolic rate. So anytime your carbohydrate calorie intake is under what it's supposed to be, which for a woman is 2,000 plus calories a day, for a man it's 2,500 plus calories a day, you're going to be promoting insulin resistance in your body. So that means that basically when you can no longer restrict, because at some point, you're going to be suffering from some kind of health complication associated, your body's going to be programmed to store fat, okay? Because insulin can't work properly. Insulin sensitivity requires consistent daily carbohydrate intake, okay? That is sufficient, right? And a low fat diet. So those are the two primary factors that allow insulin to work properly, so it can take the sugar out of the blood and put it into the cells. And also this prevents, your body from wanting to store fat, because we are by design fat storers. If we don't want to be fat storers, then we have to eat consistent carbohydrate calories every day. It tells our body, hey, there's energy available, so that we don't need to store fat. And then by maintaining a dietary fat deficit, we encourage our body to tap into our body fat stores for energy production, because we're always burning carbs and fats together in order to create ATP in our cells. So I hope that answers that question. Plentiful Kiki also has a thyroid condition, and so same with High Carb Hannah. They both have low thyroid function, so they're not producing enough thyroid hormones. And this comes from chronic carbohydrate calorie restriction. When carbohydrates are chronically restricted, the thyroid is not able to produce enough hormones. The thyroid is dependent on carbohydrate being available in order to encourage sufficient production of thyroid hormones, which encourage our metabolism to be high as well. So there's a lot of things that happen, and I explain all of this in my coaching program. If you're interested, link is in the description box. A lot of things happen, metabolically speaking, hormonally speaking, that encourage the body to get and stay slim and lean while eating sufficient amounts of carbohydrate calories. I eat every single day in a surplus of calories. When you're talking about like calories in, calories out, I always have like 1,000 calorie surplus. I've been showing you guys my chronometer data, at least referencing my calorie intake and my macronutrient ratios, in order to display that this is not about calories in, calories out. It's about what you're eating and how much you're eating and what your metabolism is like. So on this channel, I am helping you to build a high functioning metabolism while eating as much carbohydrates as you desire, in order to get and stay fit, lean, healthy, slim, right? That's what I've achieved for myself. That's what I help you to do. But, it takes time in order for the body to, become carb adapted, where you are an efficient carbohydrate burning machine with a high functioning metabolism. So a lot of people come to this lifestyle and the first thing they do is start eating all these carbs and they gain weight. And that's because most people are coming from a degree of insulin resistance. So in order to fix that, sufficient daily carbohydrate intake, eat as much as you want every single day. A lot of people have been asking me about having like funky mental symptoms, eating under 10 grams of fat a day, and that's generally due to under eating carbohydrates. So you have to eat more carbohydrates in order to encourage the body to just have normal blood sugar levels, because we actually burn carbohydrates up very quickly, which is why we need to eat a lot of them. So eat a lot of carbs in order to help with those symptoms, because a lot of times I look into it and the person's like skipping a meal or they're eating all their calories at night. You really want to have a steady stream of carbohydrates all throughout the day. It's fine to have a bigger meal at night. I do that, but I'm also eating throughout the day as well, starting like within 10 to 30 minutes after getting out of bed in the morning. And that's how you can encourage your body to build insulin sensitivity, is never letting yourself get hungry, always making sure there's enough carbohydrates available and that you're eating them in order to build that insulin sensitivity. Somebody had mentioned that I had a diabetes ad show up on one of my videos. That's simply because I'm talking about insulin resistance and insulin sensitivity. So the algorithm thinks that, that's what you're here to learn about. So maybe you are a good candidate for their ad. How many carbs do I need to eat a day? There is a really good equation for that. 10 grams of carbs per kilograms of body weight a day is a good place to start. I eat more than that. I eat over 1,000 grams of carbohydrates every single day, and I am probably about like 69 kilograms, somewhere around there. So you can see that, the amount is going to be variable, but that's a good place to start, is so that you make sure that you're getting in enough, okay? If you're, really big and you're like over 100 kilograms weight-wise, like try to eat that enough. Like I can do it, so, other people can't too. And the more carbs you put in, the less fat you're going to want to eat, and the more energy you're going to have. So the high carb, low fat diet naturally increases your metabolism as long as you're eating enough. And then you put the carbs in, you have more energy to do more things, right? It's a beautiful process. It's how we're meant to function. Few more questions here. Bike helmet, what do you use? This is what I use. It's a laser. I've used it so much. I got this in 2016 at the bike shop where I had purchased my hybrid bike. It's a great helmet, served me well. It was like 40 bucks at the time. You can get these like in neon. I recommend some kind of bright color, pink, neon, white, you know, something you can see, something that's visible. Also, don't ride with a damaged helmet. Always make sure your helmet is, you know, inspected for cracks and things like that. You don't want to ride with, always replace your helmet too if you've ever been in an accident. Okay, last question. How are canned fruit and bottled juice healthy? So fruit is fruit and juice is juice, and it's all carbs and it's all sugars, right? So generally the canned fruit that I get has the canned fruit or the fruit and the sugar and water. Bottled juice, same thing. Fruit and water usually, or it's just fruit juice, you know, like pure fruit juice, but sometimes I get the concentrate that also has like vitamin C added. Sometimes I'll get a cocktail, fruit juice cocktail, like passion fruit juice cocktail I really like, that'll have the fruit juice concentrate, water, and sugar added. You know, this is all healthy stuff. Fruit, sugar, starches, those are the naturally occurring carbohydrates that help us to get in enough carbohydrates every day to, you know, become insulin sensitive and be slim for life, right? So the important thing, the most important thing is getting the carbs in. The second would be like where they're coming from, right? And I always recommend eating like, you know, whole food carbohydrates every day, but also refined carbohydrates, and putting the two together in your diet and eating your like your favorite foods of those carbs in order to just really promote food freedom, satiety, enjoyment. Like I have been recently getting like fat-free pretzels. So a lot of pretzels have oil added to them, but there are like certain brands, I find them at Walmart, that don't have any oil. Those are great. Fruit snacks, Sour Patch Kids, canned fruit, dried fruit, fresh fruit, smoothies, pizzas. A lot of people think like refined flour is bad for you. You want to eat the carbs, right? Eat the carbs that you enjoy. Keep the fats out of the diet. You know, that's all there is to it. But that's it for today's video. Leave any comments or questions down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.